Hello everyone, welcome to the video on Mathematics 10. Today we're going to learn about how to convert a linear equation to a linear graph. Before we start, there are some things that you should know how to do. You should know how to solve a linear equation, a two-step equation. Also, you should know how to plot points on the coordinate plane. After this video, you should be able to sketch the graph of a linear equation by finding its intercepts or by plotting the points. Let's start with the first example question. Sketch the graph of y equals 2x minus 4. So before we start sketching the graph right away, I'm going to find some key points, the key features of the graph. And in our level, we're looking for the intercepts. What I mean by intercepts is I'm looking for the y-intercept, and I'm also looking for the x-intercept. The meaning of the y-intercept is that the x value is equal to 0. So y-intercept, it means x equals 0. X-intercept, it means y is equal to 0. It feels kind of counterintuitive, so hold on to that, and when we graph it, it's going to make sense. Okay. So how do I find the y-intercept? Well, literally, x is 0. So what I would do is I'm going to rewrite this equation, y equals 2x minus 4, but then I'm going to replace x with a 0. So I'm substituting x with 0. And then 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Yay, we found the y-intercept. I'm not going to leave my number like y equals negative 4 like this. Instead, I'm going to write it in the point form, the coordinates, which is x is 0, y is negative 4. So I found the y-intercept. Let's move on to the x-intercept now. X-intercept means that y is equal to 0. So that means if I rewrite the same equation, y equals 2x minus 4, y is 0. Now I need to solve this two-step equation. At first, I'm going to add 4 on both sides. That's 4 is equal to 2x. And then we divide by 2 on both sides. So that's 2 equals x. And if I convert it to a coordinate form, when x is 2, y equals 0. So that's 2 comma 0. I found the y-intercept and I found the x-intercept. It means that I have enough ingredients to sketch the graph of this function. Let's draw a coordinate plane. And let's plot the points here. 0 comma negative 4 is my y-intercept. It's right here, 0 comma negative 4. And these are, as I said, these are key features. These are important points. And we must label these points. Notice how I did it. I plotted the point and I labeled the location of that point, which is 0 comma negative 4. 2 comma 0, it's going to be about here. And same thing, let's label that point. Now, you notice y, and the y-intercept is called the y-intercept. Y-intercept is on the y-axis. It's a point that the graph crosses the y-axis. Similarly, the x-intercept is the point where it meets the x-axis. Now, let's do the final touch. Because we're doing a linear function, linear means it's a line-like shape. Because we have 2 points, that's enough for us to draw a line through them. It's going to look like that. And that is the graph of y equals 2x minus 4. And I labeled both key features, both y-intercept and the x-intercepts. Let's annotate the process. So first, I find the y-intercept by putting x equals 0. Okay. Replace x equals 0. And I do that with a bracket, And that's how I found the y-intercept. And perhaps for here, right in coordinates. Because y-intercepts and x-intercepts are points, not numbers, I'm going to write it as a coordinate format, 0 comma negative 4. The process is the same here. And then over here, I plot and label. I'm gonna put uppercase. It's so important that you label the intercepts. And put a straight line through it. Let's try another example question. It's basically the same idea. We're going to find the y-intercept, we're going to find the x-intercepts, and then we're going to plot and label them, draw a line through it, and that's done. So let's go on. To find the y-intercept, as we said, it means that we're putting x equals 0. So what does that mean? I rewrite the equation. 3x minus 2y plus 12 equals 0. So x equals 0. That's 3 times 0 minus 2y plus 12 equals 0. 3 times 0 is 0, so 0 minus 2y is just negative 2y plus 12 is equal to 0. Minus 12 on both sides. Negative 2y equals negative 12. Divided by negative 2 on both sides. Y is equal to positive 6. So therefore, my y-intercept is when x equals 0, y equals 6. 0, 6 is my y-intercept. Let's repeat. X-intercept. We put y equals 0. So that means we rewrite the equation 3x minus 2y plus 12 equals 0. Y is 0, that's 3x minus 2 times 0 plus 12. Once again, I notice that I'm putting brackets to protect when I do the substitution of 0. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 0 is just that. So it's going to be 3x plus 12 equals 0, minus 12 on both sides. 3x is equal to negative 12, and divided by 3 on both sides, so x equals negative 4. Once again, let's put it as the coordinates. When x equals negative 4, y equals 0, so that's going to be negative 4, 0. Let's plot these points and label them. 0, 6 is going to be around here. And negative 4, 0, it's going to be around here. Note that the scale of this graph doesn't make a huge difference. What's important though is that I do plot them and I do label them. And we put a line through it like that. And voila, that is the graph of 3x minus 2y plus 12 equals 0. Let's go through some vocabulary. First, the linear function. The linear function is a mathematical relation that creates a straight line when graphed on the coordinate plane. Linear, it means line-like shape, so it's a line shape. The x-intercept, as we have discussed, x-intercept is the point where the graph meets the x-axis, or in other words, the y value is equal to 0. On the other hand, the y-intercept is the point where the graph meets the y-axis, or in other words, the x value is equal to 0. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.